My name is Sheetal Mehta, and I'm the trustee and executive director of Mahindra Education Trust. Um, the trust, together with another not for profit called Nandi Foundation, jointly manage Project Nanhi Kali. Nanhi Kali means a little bud in Hindi. And what we do through this program is that we support the education of underprivileged girls with the aim that they will bloom into young, independent, and empowered women. Through the years, we have supported 350,000 girls, but that's just the beginning. We definitely want to support at least 1 million girls. And more importantly, change attitudes towards girls in India. So today, the situation for girls may be better than what it was many years ago, but still there's a lot to be done. If you just take a look at our literacy rates for girls in India as per the last census, only 65% of females are literate. And if you go into the rural areas, that becomes it's much worse, with only 1 out of 2 women being literate. And we lag terribly behind males. So at the national level, while 65% of women are literate, for males, it's 82%. So there are huge disadvantages for girls. Where girls have become sort of equal is that there is almost 100% enrollment, or we would say 99% enrollment for all children, girls or boys, when it comes to when they're very young, when it's primary school. But when it comes to secondary school, that's when the girls are about 12 years old and they're moving to the secondary school. That's when you find that there are huge dropouts, and sadly, not even 50% of the girls who enroll into class 1 complete standard 10, which is when you're about 15 or 16 years old. Even if you take a look at higher education, the number of girls who are enrolled drops dramatically, and when it comes to female workforce participation in India, it's less than 25%. That itself shows the situation for girls as far as education is concerned. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. So what we do at Nanhi Kali is we provide the girls with an after-school academic support class. Why after school? Because firstly, we need that the girls, we ensure firstly that the girls do attend school, because that's very important. But they attend the government schools, and the government schools, the quality of education may not really be the best. Very often, the classes have, the student-teacher ratio is not ideal, where a teacher may have to teach multiple classes. And as it is, the girl child doesn't have anybody else who's really teaching her. Her parents are normally not literate. So she's a first generation learner. So whatever she's learning in the school. With the situation not being an ideal classroom, she does need further support, and that's what Nanhi Kali does. Nanhi Kali teaches her concepts of maths and language. And in our class, we have a teacher for at the most 30 girls. Apart from academic support, we also provide them with material support, because these girls come from extremely underprivileged backgrounds, and their parents really can't afford to buy them a school bag, school books, uniforms, shoes, socks, etc. And that's exactly what we provide them, because we want to free the parents from any sort of financial burden, because then they're more likely to send these girls to school. We even go one step further and provide them with even innerwear and even feminine hygiene material for girls who are slightly older, because the lack of those may be just for that reason that they drop out of school. The third thing that we do is that we ensure that there's a lot of sensitizing amongst the community, not only amongst the parents but even amongst village elders, that to and we sensitize them on how important it is to send their girls to school, because once we see that once they realize that these girls are capable of learning, they can read, they can write, they can count money, suddenly the parents' aspirations for these girls also change, and then they're much more inclined to send them to school far more regularly. And if we find that a girl has not attended our class for at least 3 or 4 days, then our teacher will do a home visit, go to their home to find out what is wrong. And sometimes it may be something like an illness, and we can even help by connecting them to a doctor. Or sometimes we've had cases where we've even stopped a child marriage. So Nanhi Kali is more than, I would say, an educational program. I would call us more like it's far more encompassing, actually providing care and concern to the child.